encourage family values. Whether the last 30 years our addresses to the March for Life, our organizing religious views is releasing to oppose the New York homosexual parade, which appeared in some pages of the New York Times. Recently, the top story of the March report opposing Nancy Kagan and saying she is not kosher to serve on any court and she still is not kosher. Tonight, at the Rabbinical Alliance of Special Bill Convocation, attended by over 125 member rabbis and wives, we take the courageous stand in this House of issuing our first annual scarlet letters to the so-called conservatives who betray God's family values by embracing segments of the militant homosexual agenda. We condemn Rush Limbaugh for endorsing homosexual unions. Although Glenn Beck had a wonderful gathering at the Lincoln Memorial, his telling O'Reilly that he is not concerned or opposed homosexual marriage is like someone donating $5 to the collection box with his right hand, but with his left hand behind his back, taking $20 out of the collection box. It is shocking, it's painful, and it's inexcusable for against Glenn Beck to promote faith but to take such an anti-God stand. The so-called American Conservative Union, which hosts the Washington, D.C. CPAC gathering, which recently included a homosexual organization, the fifth column, also earned a scarlet letter of betrayal. The same for Ann Coulter, whom we defended. This organization defended her against accusations of anti-Semitism. She will be dressing an event called Homo Con Go Proud. Ms. Coulter is not anti-Jewish. She's just plain anti the Jewish God of the Torah, whose principal enemy transgenerationally is Amalek. And a reading of Deuteronomy 25:17-19 and the Rashi verse 18 indicates that Amalek is the homosexual enemy of the Jews. Roman Morford is for lowering taxes, but he promotes and raises the homosexual agenda. Rick Bradfield is the Conservative Party candidate for governor of New York. He opposes homosexual marriage, but supports homosexual unions. He, like the one-time great Human Events magazine, talks out of both sides of their mouths on this issue. We decry the increasing amount of times that the New York State Conservative Party has endorsed candidates like Blasio, who support regular abortion and homosexual partnerships. For too long, the party leadership has betrayed their founding principles and the overwhelming number of their membership. We call upon other religious denominations to provide clear, unambiguous moral and spiritual leadership and join us in clarifying that it is not acceptable to oppose partial birth abortion, but to embrace 99% of abortions on demand. Nor is it acceptable to play word games with God. Marriage, no. Unions and partnerships, yes. We call upon the Southern Baptist Convention, the Catholic Conference of Bishops, the ASD and Black Church, the Greek and Russian Orthodox Church. We call upon you to stop tiptoeing and choose sides loudly and emphatically. Leave your flock and join the fray before it's too late. We honor the American Family Association, the Family Research Council, World Net Daily, and their leaders, Joseph Farah and David Capellian, who challenged Ann Coulter for her betrayal of principles. We also recognize the great work of Peter LaBarbera of Americans for Truth and Brian Kapniker, a Jew who is making a great Kiddush Hashem and by heading the organization Mass Resistance in Massachusetts. We call upon religio-conservatives to stop making common cause with other conservatives who betray these godly values. They cannot continue to tiptoe around this issue and make common cause with the scarlet letter crowd. I was shocked today when I reached out to Mr. Winter, the publisher of Human Events, and he told me he supports civil unions and repeated several times that homosexuals aren't evil. Mr. Winter, whether they are or they aren't evil, they are or aren't as evil as God in the Torah Bible says they are. They're as evil as adulterers, pornographers, incest engagers, and the list goes on. Michael Savage, the only national talk show host, continues to identify the dangers of the homosexual and feminist agenda. For this, he deserves our gratitude and our respect. Our ancient rabbinic text, going back millennia, declares that what sealed the decree of the flood of Noah was when men wrote marriage contracts with fellow men and animals. It doesn't say marriage, Mr. Windsor. It doesn't say homosexual marriage. It says contracts, Mr. Windsor. In other words, civil unions and domestic partnerships were the final straw that we looked for the flood of Noah. Dare we remain silent? I request that Mr. Windsor allow me to pen a guest column to give the other side of the issue to the readers of human events. He declined my offer. The influence of the homosexualization of society is pernicious, and it's constantly making inroads even into the periphery of Orthodox Jewish society. Organizations like Ortho Dykes, gay, bisexual, transgender alumni of yeshivas and day schools, an open modern Orthodox rabbi in the country who declares he's homosexual. Yeshiva University hosts a night where 3 homosexuals address an overflow crowd. WABC talk show host Shmuley Patel tells Hawaii Governor Linda Lingle that he urges her to sign a domestic partnership legislation. What a desecration of God's name and its values. Thankfully, the Jewish governor ignored Hotea and made a Kiddush Hashem, sanctifying God's name by saying there is no difference between marriage and civil unions. She knows more than a lot of our own. In conclusion, the worst in the recent protocol offered by Nathaniel Helfgott and signed by Avi Weiss and 120 modern Orthodox about respecting homosexual couples and their families within the confines of Orthodox synagogues. This sacrilege comes because of the spiritual cause and effect of our right-wing Orthodox organizations, AgudasHorabonimDinnerSpeech5770289 of America, Lubavitch, OU, the Union of Orthodox Jewish Congregations of America, the OU, Sakura, and all the Hasidic organizations, the Young Israel, all of them, dozens of local rabbinic organizations from Portland to Chicago to Missouri who do not address these blasphemies. It's 6 weeks and counting since 120 Goyim signed such a declaration. Where is the protest? Until tonight, there hasn't been a word of protest. My final paragraph. Tonight, we of the Rabbinical Alliance of America once again take the lead in our Noitel Kar Keneged Kulam. We vigorously protest and condemn each and every breach in the wall of our faith. In politically correct kowtowing or accommodating any aspect of the deviancy agenda. In the merit of our protest, when we and all of Klal Yisrael inscribed in the Book of Life for a healthy, spiritually fulfilling year of Torah and activism. At this time, we express our gratitude that at this late stage in the development culture, in liberal New York State, in the city that is known far and wide as Sodom on the Hudson, we have candidates who, unlike Lazio, oppose abortion on demand and homosexual marriage under any name. Former Congressman Giuliani has reached out to the Orthodox Jewish community, and although the Alliance can't endorse him, I can, as an individual, heartily endorse Joe Giuliani, former Congressman, who is now running in the primary for United States Senate to oppose Mr. Gillibrand. And I urge everyone to check the views of each candidate regarding abortion on demand and civil unions. Without any further ado, I give you the next Senator of New York State, Congressman Joseph Giuliani. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Rabbi, and I am honored to be here in the presence of so many people of faith. That's what this country lacks today. We don't have, no matter how you pray, we pray to the same God. We know that. But we need to find leaders who are grounded in beliefs and faith. I was lucky to have immigrant parents who came here with nothing, hardly an education. My dad had a fourth-grade education from a poor farming village. My mother came here separately, but she couldn't go past the 8th grade because her family was poor, so she had to work on the line to make pies for Brook Brothers with her 4 sisters. But I'm the oldest of 3. We had a food market in the Bronx, and I saw them on their feet day and night, sometimes 16 hours a day. They would wait for the last movie to get out on Tremont Avenue to sell as much as they could. This was like the original convenience store. But I saw them affectionate toward each other, loving parents, working hard. Government cannot substitute for that. Today we want a program for everything. It doesn't exist. That's why we have a problem today. Not only because we don't have the money to pay for it, it is not morally correct when government tries to replace the family. And when you have all these programs and they keep expanding, that is what they're trying to do. I am here because I believe in what you believe in. I have a very good education, thank God. I'm the first one in my family to go to high school or college. All right? But I went to a good one, Fordham University and Fordham Prep. 8 years of theology, 4 years grounded in the Old Testament. And I do believe what that great John Paul II said to his Jewish brothers and sisters when he visited the synagogue in Rome, "You are our older brothers and sisters." I believe that in my heart. I was raised in a Jewish neighborhood in the Bronx, and I feel very comfortable being with you. But that 8 years of theology taught me that if I'm going to be successful in life, it has to be with policies and principles that are grounded in beliefs, in faith. Otherwise, where are we? We're back to the Roman Colosseum, distract the people, throw somebody to the lions and to the gladiators. And sometimes I feel that's where we are today with celebrity and these reality TV shows. But let me say that I commend you for keeping faith with the most traditional family values that one can think of, with the sanctity of human life, and with the fact that you are people of faith that want to see humanity and our government progress in a way that is honest and true. Now, who am I besides, I don't want to sound like I'm a priest or a rabbi here tonight, because I am running for the U.S. Senate, but I have one distinction that you should know. I am the first practicing certified public accountant ever elected to the U.S. Congress. When I left in 1992, I wrote a book about it, Unaccountable Congress, It Doesn't Add Up. The new sequel to that book comes out next week. What is my bottom line? Good word for a CPA. Why am I going to get elected? Finally, the people have caught up with my message for 25 years. What is it? We're spending money we don't have. We're borrowing from countries like China that don't share our values. We don't trust. And we're putting the American dream in jeopardy. My father came here in 1929. He was 15. Couldn't speak a word of English. He didn't come here for a program or a check. He came here for opportunity. He came here for a job. All of a sudden, government has an answer for everybody. Stand online, we have something for you. And we keep expanding the government, pushing out the private sector, stifling innovation, killing job creation. Look at this dysfunctional state. A one-party system in Albany. We have crooks, you know, Republican leaders and Democrats have gone to jail just recently. And in Washington, a one-party system again, dysfunctional. That was not what the Founding Fathers intended. You need checks and balances. You need contrary ideas to debate, to come to new ground, to come up with good policies. We're not there. I am running because I want to bring not only my technical knowledge as a certified public accountant, and believe it or not, Kirsten Gillibrand, whether you like her or not, she's the 57th lawyer out of 100 in the Senate. I'd be the first practicing certified public accountant. Don't you think we need one accountant when they're spending money like drunken sailors and they don't know how to count? They're using a Mickey Mouse accounting system called the cash basis, disguising the real debt, the real deficits. Read my book. The debt's not $14 trillion, it's $63 trillion. When you add Social Security and Medicare, all the money they took out of those funds, they got to put back. And Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, the Post Office, the Farm Credit System, and then add to it off the books the pensions for the military, pensions for civil service, and veterans benefits. $63 trillion, and they're lying to you when they say the debt's $13.6 trillion. That's what they bonded. That's savings bonds, treasury bills. But all these other things have to be paid, and they're off the books, and they got to be paid soon. Why? The baby boomers are coming. They want their money. It's not there. They took it out of the trust funds. There are no trust funds. It was a lie. So, not only should we be good about the human values, sanctity of human life, and make sure we have traditional families, man and woman, and nothing else that could be construed as other than traditional families. You need to be honest with the people about their money. We are not. And when you're not honest about that, how can you plan for the future when you don't know where you are today? The government, I'm going to conclude on this, passed laws that they exempted themselves from. For instance, if you are a publicly traded corporation, the Securities and Exchange Commission would indict you and arrest you for securities fraud if you use the accounting system that the government uses for the budgeting. Simple as that. But yet, they get away with it because people are so distracted today. They have so many other problems. There's not a constituency for this. That's one of the reasons I have to go back. I was a congressman 4 years. I was the one who got the Chief Financial Officer Act, Financial Management Reform Act passed in 1990, signed by President Bush. I got to go back to strengthen that, come up with better accounting systems, and stop this runaway train full spending before this country becomes a hostage to China. We're already a hostage to Saudi Arabia for oil. Where is this great democracy going to be if America's not strong? How can we be strong for Israel or our families if we become weak? So, I'm glad that I came here to talk to you this evening. I hope I gave you some sense about who I am as a person, and I hope in your own way you not only pray for me, but if you can, you vote for me. God bless you all. Okay?
Thank you very much, Congressman.
Senator.
And we look forward.
Thank you, Rabbi Pesach.
As Rabbi Lerner says, we look forward to hearing the word senator